Today's Sunday morning Western, I watched one last film from Turner Classic Movies Westerns tribute this July. I wasn't able to watch very many because it's during the week and it's, I work at Turner Classic Movies. Hashtag TCMHQ. And so, but I've been watching at least one a week on Sundays during Sunday morning Western, obviously. So this week, the last night was sort of a look at revisionist Westerns. And so the film I watched this morning was what many critics consider and scholars consider the first acid Western, although it's not the film that the term was described for. That's El Topo, which I have not seen. But many scholars agree that this is sort of the typifying acid Western, in that it takes, instead of the hero going off and becoming a hero as the film ends and finding grandeur, in acid Westerns, it goes backwards and you go from maybe an okay place to like death and destruction and the fact that everything sucks and that life is terrible, and specifically life in the Old West. I have a cat over here who's just so into me right now. I don't know why. So this was Monte Hellman's The Shooting. It was directed by Monte Hellman and produced by Jack Nicholson. Monte Hellman's one of the films that they made together with Roger Corman as an executive producer. And it never got a theatrical release in America, I believe, although it did play in France and then was played in America on television. It was written by Carol Eastman, who went under the pseudonym Adrienne Joyce. She also wrote 5 Easy Pieces, among other things. And I think it's fascinating that she wrote these very masculine films and had to pretend she was a man, basically, to get away with it, which just tells you a lot about Hollywood and America in general in the mid-century. So, saying it's an acid Western, you have Warren Oates. Oh, by the way, this is the first Monte Hellman I've seen. I have not seen Tulane Blacktop yet. So you have Warren Oates as a man who's coming back to his camp. He's getting shot at. He's like, what the fuck? It turns out it's his friend, Will Hutchins, he left behind. The third guy at their camp has recently been killed. You never really find out who killed him, but things are a little hinky. A little bit later in the day, or I guess it's the next day, Millie Perkins shows up. She's a mysterious woman. She says that her horse has gotten injured and she had to kill it, but the horse was not injured, and you're like, this woman is fucked up. And for some reason, the two of them decide to go off with her to find somebody. You don't really, it's very vague. So it's, and then eventually Jack Nicholson shows up, and he's another mysterious, possibly hired killer. And who are they searching for? I don't know. You kind of find out by the end. Why did they all go together? Who knows? And it's sort of I think a commentary on these Western quest films where you have these answers in the original films. You sort of, it explains like, this is what's happening. Here's why this is happening. Here is the redemption that everyone is seeking, etc., etc. And this is just like, nope, none of it makes sense. It's not supposed to make sense. Life happens, shit happens, and we're all going to die. And thus it's a very existential Western. It's definitely a film where there's more left for you to be like, what did I just see? What did any of this mean? Than to give you solid answers. So if you're looking for a film that's like telling you everything, this is not the film for you. I didn't think Millie Perkins was really all that great, to be honest. She's a little harsh, which maybe was the point, I'm not sure. But the cinematography was beautiful. It was, this had such a low budget that they shot it all on with natural light and using lighting, and so during the day it's really beautiful, and at night it's super dark and really feels like night time instead of lit night scenes. Will Hutchins was quite good, I think. He was playing the sort of slow, dim-witted friend. And then Warren Oates just knocked it out of the park. Warren Oates is such a great presence. But Jack Nicholson really just stole the show for me, partly because I love Jack Nicholson so much, and partly because he's Jack Nicholson and he's the greatest actor that has ever lived. And I'll fight you. So if you love Jack Nicholson, watch this movie alone just for Jack Nicholson. Like, he's so good. Sometimes I wonder if, like, Jack Nicholson hadn't managed to break out with Easy Rider, like, what kind of crazy-ass character actor would he have done? Because he was already kind of a great character actor in his filmography. He's just, like, a leading man character actor. But if he'd just gone down the character actor road, like, what would he have been? And if he hadn't become an actor, he would have done more directing, and what would that have been? It's a lot of what would have. I'm going to show you my cat real quick. Look at that cat. Isn't she cute? She agrees. She's trying to get your attention this whole time, so I thought you should get a shot with her. Anyways, now she's staring at me and sitting on my bar cart, so I need to go. But this was Monte Hellman's The Shooting. It's from 1966. I highly recommend it. It's a very good Sunday morning Western.